Hey everyone, Charlene Ortiz here. Just wanted to upload a video talking about some of the drama that's been happening in hater community, what's been going on with Amberlyn and her cancer diagnosis, Charlene Dorlean's recent YouTube video that she just uploaded talking about the gaining ground and all the other bullshit drama that's been happening while she loses 0 weight in the meantime. But I did want to do a video about Amberlyn and her cancer diagnosis a while ago, but I just wasn't feeling well. Just wasn't feeling up to it. But anyway, I want to start with Amberlyn's cancer diagnosis and just my thoughts on that. I think that it really is sad, you know, that she has been diagnosed with cancer. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of sympathy for her. I don't. She has abused and destroyed her body, you know, to the point where her body cannot fight to keep itself healthy, to keep itself functioning at its maximum potential, or even at 30% potential. And I know that there's some people that are trying to say that, oh, you know, you can't necessarily say that her weight is to blame for this cancer, you know, and blah blah blah. Which, in theory, nobody can say 100% that her weight has contributed to her having cancer. However, if you go on the CDC website, you will see that there are 13 cancers that are directly related to obesity, and uterine cancer is one of them. I know that she has been calling it womb cancer, which I've never heard that term before for uterine cancer, but maybe it's just a term that I'm not aware of. But I do think it's sad. I do think it's very tragic. However, for someone that has cancer, she sure is continuing to live pretty recklessly and continuing to destroy and abuse her body. And one reason that I don't feel sympathy for her or a lot of compassion is because I know people that have developed cancer or any other horrible disease. Obviously, a lot of you guys know I've been a personal trainer for 20 years, specializing in helping people with disabilities, chronic illness, and that includes people that have been diagnosed with cancer. And when they find out they have cancer, they fight for their lives. They do everything they possibly can to fight for their lives. And oftentimes people develop cancer of no fault of their own, you know, like they don't have lung cancer because they're smoking, or because they're smokers. They don't have cirrhosis of the liver because they're alcoholics, you know, like they're people that in general have taken care of themselves, have been healthy, you know, for the most part throughout their lives, and yet unfortunately they develop some type of cancer. I'm a perfect example of that. When I was 11, I had a pancreatic tumor, and you know, what could I have possibly done wrong at the age of 11? And my mom, you know, being an immigrant from Guatemala, was very adamant about cooking very healthy meals, cooking everything from scratch. She, as far as our health, she took very good care of us. There was never, and I mean never, junk food in the house. She always made us eat our vegetables. You know, she really made a tremendous effort to make sure that we ate healthy. We were very active as children. You know, we played outside. This is obviously before cell phones and the internet and all that stuff. And you know, especially if you lived in the ghetto, your parents would kick you out of the house until it was dinner time so they didn't have to deal with you. Anyway, so certainly people do develop cancer, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why. And these are people that will often fight for their lives and do everything they can to try to beat it, to try to survive, because they value their life. They're grateful for the life that they have been given. Now, I'm going to go back to something that I mentioned in a video that I did. It's been over a year now. And I think it's this video that I talked about it, because last year I did several videos about Amberlyn. I think between the months of maybe January and, I don't know, I would say maybe June last year, I did several videos on Amberlyn. But one of the videos that I did is titled "These Are the Last Days of Amberlyn Reed." And I talk about how Amberlyn most likely wants to die, that she's probably in so much incredible emotional and physical pain that she really just doesn't care, and she has no desire to fight for her life. And I referenced a movie, a character in a movie called Leaving Las Vegas. It's an older movie. It came out, I think, in the mid-90s maybe, but it's basically about Nicolas Cage, you know, is the main character, and he's an alcoholic. If you ever have time to watch it, it's a really great movie. It's very dramatic though. It's kind of sad and depressing, but it is a really great movie. But anyway, so he's an alcoholic and decides that he's just going to drink himself to death because he doesn't want to change. And that's exactly what he does, you know, long story short. So anyway, when I see Amberlyn, I would often think about that character, Nicolas Cage, who really just doesn't care and has no desire to change, doesn't really see any hope for their future, and has just decided, I'm just going to enjoy life, do what I love to do, eat what I want to eat, buy what I want to buy until I die. And that might be the mindset that she's at right now. I know recently she uploaded a fried chicken mukbang, at least from comments that I've heard from other people. I don't follow Amberlyn anymore. Even when I found out she had cancer, I didn't watch her video. I mean, I didn't. I just found out from comments from other videos about her having cancer. And so I don't follow her at all. It's been months, a while since I followed her, because I just kind of got to a point where, you know, it's the same bullshit. She really doesn't care. She doesn't want to change. Then, of course, a few months ago, she lost that large amount of weight. And now I suspect that the reason she had such a significant weight loss was because she had cancer, because that is very much so a sign of having cancer. Unexplained weight loss can be a sign of having cancer. Not always, but it can be a symptom. So that's how I feel. You know, I feel like she just doesn't really care, and she just doesn't care to fight for her own life. And if that's where she's at, you know, that's where she's at, you know. And in a sense, I can't even judge her for it, because I know for me, being someone that has chronic illness and has dealt with a tremendous amount of physical pain for a good part of my life, I often say, I hope I don't live very long. Because every day of my life is filled with pain, and sometimes it's excruciating. And to get the medication that you need to manage the pain, you have to jump through so many hoops because of all these laws and blah, blah, blah. No matter how responsible you've ever been with the medication, it just doesn't matter. You know, you're treated like everybody else. And I can totally understand if she is just at that point where, you know what, I don't care if I die. Maybe she has just lost hope that she'll ever lose the weight, that she'll ever get to where she wants to be, or where she wishes she could be, as, you know, a healthy, functioning human being at a weight of, you know, 150 or 160 pounds. Maybe she's just lost hope, and then the cancer diagnosis has just kind of driven her over the edge, and she's just decided, you know what, fuck it, I don't care. You know, I'm not going to fight for my life. I'm not going to put the effort that I need, you know, to give me a chance. Now, I don't know any specifics about her cancer. I don't know what phase she's in. I don't know. If she's in a later stage of cancer, she likely will not survive, because obviously being super morbidly obese presents a lot of extra complications that somebody of a normal, healthy weight is not going to have to deal with. And cancer itself already presents a lot of complications that will contribute to our ability to survive. And so, again, I don't know what stage it is at. I don't know what type of treatment is being administered. I don't know what the prognosis is. I don't really know any of that. But she doesn't really seem to care about it. Who knows if she has the financial resources to get the type of help that she would, or type of resources that she could get in order to increase her chances of surviving, like alternative care. Who knows if she has the funds for that, because we know how much she likes to spend. Certainly she's made a lot of money on YouTube, but she hasn't made millions. I mean, she hasn't made that much money on YouTube. And so I don't know. What I will say though is, for those of you that watch Amberlyn and you are obese, not even super obese or morbidly obese or super morbidly obese, just obese, take this as a wake-up call that this does happen. When you don't take care of your body, when you don't take your obesity seriously, it puts you at much higher risk to develop conditions like cancer, as well as other chronic illnesses and other devastating conditions that will ruin your life. So obesity is something that needs to be taken very seriously. It's not something that, that you should embrace or feel proud of. That doesn't mean that you should feel like a pathetic loser and feel like a disgusting piece of shit because you're obese. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that it's not something to embrace. It's not something to think is cute. Obesity is something that is to be taken very seriously. So for those of you, for people like Charlene Dorlean, Cherry Berry, On Program Situation, who's another one that reacts to Amberlyn? Who's another hypocrite that reacts to her? There's another one. I think her name is One Vlog Away. Even Foodie Beauty. I know she's not someone that reacts to Amberlyn or judges her. I know she's not someone that does that. But either way, you need to take your weight very seriously. And especially for those of you that have sat back and criticized Amberlyn when you have no room to talk, when you're obese yourself. And for the amount of time that you've been on YouTube doing your reaction videos, your lazy reaction videos, you haven't lost any weight. I saw a video clip. I forget. Was it Kate Winslet? I can't remember. No. I think it was John's Peanut Gallery. I can't remember, but she was reacting to On Program Situation, reacting to Foodie Beauty. And it was laughable. It was actually hysterical to listen to her try to give Foodie Beauty advice on how to lose weight and live a healthy lifestyle when she is obese and has clearly not made any progress since she started vlogging. And it's laughable to me. Like, who are you? Who are you to give advice to somebody when you have the same struggle and you're not making any effort to change? And I don't get it. It's so weird to me. It's very Twilight Zone to me. But you guys need to listen up. You're just as susceptible to getting uterine cancer or any of the other 13 cancers as cited by the CDC that is directly related to obesity. So you need to pay attention. You need to start taking responsibility for your own weight. And I remember, again, I can't remember where I saw this clip, but it was a clip of Cherry Berry talking to Charlene Dorlean, aka Charlie Gold, saying, oh, well, vlogging weight loss is boring. That's why I don't vlog. Like, what? Are you kidding me? No, the only reason you're saying that is because you want to justify to continue doing your boring, low effort, lazy reactions to people like Amberlyn and Foodie Beauty, instead of holding yourself accountable and letting your audience hold you accountable to losing weight. I'm going to tell you a really, really great weight loss channel. What's the name? Hold on. Let me look it up, and I'll come right back. Okay, the name of the channel is Beatrice Caruso, and I'm going to put a link in the description below to her channel. She has an awesome channel. The video that caught my attention that was recommended to me was a 21-day run 1 mile a day, and to see what kind of results, you know, she can get. And she did it. She documented it. She videotaped it, her running on the treadmill, running on the track, you know, whatever. And she made significant progress. And it's a very inspiring and funny, entertaining channel to watch. She's very funny. She's very entertaining. She's very witty. She's quirky, you know, I mean, and she's not trying to be quirky, to be cute. Like, you can tell it's just who she is. She's just a goofy girl. And she's just absolutely adorable to watch. Very inspiring. And if you guys really want to see what a great weight loss and fitness vlog is, check out her channel. It really is, in my opinion, like the poster child of what a weight loss channel should be. Not going on camera and doing nothing but talking shit, critiquing and judging people like Amberlyn and Foodie Beauty. Now, I said in one of my previous videos that I didn't really care about the criticism that Foodie Beauty and Amberlyn got because they're horrible people. And I don't. I'm sorry, but what Amberlyn and Foodie Beauty, especially, I personally feel like Amberlyn is worse than Foodie Beauty, but that's just my personal opinion. What they put out there is what they're getting back. So I don't feel sorry for them for a lot of the criticism and the, you know, bullying or whatever they have gotten in the past. However, what I don't agree with is the fact that the reaction channels just didn't know when to stop. Sure, you know, in the beginning, it was funny. You know, Amberlyn just did a lot of horrible things, demonstrated that she was a garbage person, and it was refreshing to see other people calling her out on it and calling her out in an entertaining way. When I first found Michael B. Petty, I just thought he was hilarious to watch. And he actually put effort into his reactions. He put effort into his videos to make them entertaining, to make them funny, you know, and what have you. And early on when I started watching him, he would post pictures of himself at the gym and doing stuff, you know, what have you. Is he keeping up with that? I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of it, but I don't know. But either way, I just found his channel really funny and entertaining. And then I found Shannon, whose channel at the time was called Shaquana Jefferson, now Shannon Everett or Evert. And I thought she was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Because, and I guess, I don't know, maybe because I'm an East Coast girl. I'm from Boston. She lives in Vermont, you know, New England, where I'm from. Also people like John's Peanut Gallery. I don't know her name. I don't know if she's actually ever even said her name on her videos. Everybody just calls her Peanut. But, you know, because they're East Coast girls, I just find them hilarious and very relatable because I'm from the East Coast and I have a big mouth and I can be very foul at times. So I found it very refreshing to find channels like that. Of course, Shannon was very early on, but I definitely really enjoy watching Shannon because I just thought she was hilarious. I still think she's hilarious. But then, you know, after a while, one channel after another started popping up, doing reactions, and it started to become very stale. It started to become very lazy. A lot of new people that were coming onto the scene, and then, you know, along came Charlie Gold, that we now know is, you know, Charlene Dorlean, aka Greasy Neck. And so, but I'm going to get to that in a minute, but as far as Amberlyn's cancer, I think that it is, Sage, I think it is something that she gets upset because when Joey has something and she can't get it, she complains about it. because he's a lot bigger than her. So if he doesn't want her to have it, she just isn't going to have it. Anyway, and I do apologize. I know the video quality of my camera's not great. And I actually have a really nice phone, but I don't know how to maneuver a lot of the features on the camera to make it a really great video. But whatever. I'm just too tired most of the time to figure it out. I just put on record. If you can see my face and hear me, that's good enough for now. But anyway, but as far as Amberlyn's cancer diagnosis, I really hope that these women that react to her and criticize her and judge her, even though they're obese and morbidly obese themselves, I hope that I hope it's a wake-up call for you, that you need to take your weight seriously. And I kind of feel for Foodie Beauty now, because I feel like she's going to be the main target, because now Amberlyn's going to be considered off limits. Because obviously, you know, reacting to her right now, making fun of her, you're really going to seem like an asshole. Even if you are an asshole, you're really going to look like an asshole to your audience. And so you got to take care of your health, guys. You got to take care of your health. You don't need to have a gym. I mean, this whole time in quarantine, I still worked out. I still, you know, was active. I still ate healthy. I still made those efforts. If it's something that's important to you, if it's something that's a priority, you'll figure out how to get it done. So anyway, I do hope the best for Amberlyn, even though I don't really care for her. I do feel very indifferent towards Amberlyn. I really could care less whether she lives or dies, because again, she could care less whether she lives or dies, as demonstrated by how she treats herself. And a lot of people are also saying, or not a lot, but I've seen some people say, you know, does she deserve this? Is this her karma? Blah, blah, blah. Whether or not she deserves it, or whether or not we believe she deserves it because she's a horrible person and she's abused her body, whether or not there are some people that believe she deserves cancer, and then there are some people that think it's despicable to say she deserves to have cancer. Regardless, doesn't matter. She's gotten what she's deserved based on what her body has decided. And that's the thing about when you make bad choices in life. Regardless of how much it will cause people to hate you or to wish horrible things on you or whatever, you will get what you deserve. You will suffer the consequences regardless of how people feel about it, because it's just cause and effect, karma, whatever you want to call it. You know, there are always going to be certain consequences to certain behaviors, good and bad, but her body has decided what she deserves. And unfortunately, her body has decided that she deserves to have cancer. And again, it doesn't really matter what we think about it. It doesn't really matter how we feel about it. But I do hope that she does pull through. I do hope this can be at least I had hoped it could be a time of enlightenment for her, a time for her to say, wow, you know, like this could be it for me. I really, you know, I need to do everything I can to take care of myself and be healthy. But that's not the route that she's going. But again, I can't necessarily judge her if she does want to die young. I think, none of us really know anything about her past. None of us really know the amount of abuse that she's might have endured, neglect. Who knows? None of us really know for sure. But for whatever reason, she's so emotionally damaged that it has caused her to allow herself to get to a point to almost 600 pounds. I do believe at one point she was over 600 pounds, but again, we'll never know. There's, you know, no proof of that. But being someone, you know, that does deal with chronic pain, that has suffered a lot with my chronic illness, there are many, many days, even recently, where I had wished I would die in my sleep because the pain can be that unbearable. And emotionally, in general, I'm a pretty strong person, but when the pain gets that bad, I feel like this is no way to live. I do hope I die young. So I don't know if I can even judge her or fault her if that is how she feels. You know, if that is how she feels, then in that case, I say, go at it, enjoy. Just like I said in the video I made over a year ago, enjoy, eat what you want, buy what you want, go where you want, do whatever you want to do until that time comes, and just hope that it will be as painless as possible, as quick as possible. And because my dad, when my dad died, he was very, very ill, and his illness was self-inflicted. From years of drinking and abusing prescription drugs. And when that time came, when my dad was so ill that he was, bedridden and restricted, to a hospital bed, he wanted to die. He wanted it to be over. And because of the physical pain that I knew he was in, I wanted it to be over for him. Because I knew the likelihood of him coming back physically from this was very slim. Excuse me. I also knew that my father was in an incredible amount of emotional pain. And which is obviously what drove him to drink and abuse prescription medication. And so what I always said about my father, and I would say the same thing about Amberlyn, if she does in fact die young, I always said his life was more tragic than his death, because his life was full of emotional and physical pain for the majority of it. And I can't remember a time in my life where my dad ever really enjoyed his life. My mom told me that the only time that she ever knew of my dad truly being happy in life was when my sister and I were very, very young, like babies. And that was really the only time where he really did seem to be happy, genuinely happy. But other than that, my uncles, my aunt would always tell me that my father wasn't treated well by my grandparents, his parents, that of all the kids, he endured the most abuse. And he just has never been a happy person, never. So his death, in a sense, was, I guess, a gift of mercy, where he no longer has to suffer. And maybe for Amberlyn, that is the case. Perhaps her dying young is actually a gift of mercy for her, because the emotional and physical pain that she is enduring right now is just too unbearable. She doesn't see an end, and she feels like there's just no turning back. I don't know, that's just my theory, based on, watching her over the past couple years, the choices that she's made, but I don't know. Some people just have the ability to overcome incredible challenges. One thing that I will say about Amberlyn is, as opposed to someone like Charlene Dorlean, or actually anybody in the Hayder community, Amberlyn was able to take a lot of hate and would keep coming back. After every video, she keeps coming back. The hate never stopped her. The comments never stopped her. If anything, it fueled her. And she just really did not seem to care. I'm sure it did impact her. I'm sure it did. But I feel like she's definitely a lot tougher than Charlie Gold is in that sense. Because no matter what scandal she caused or what scandal she was in the middle of it, she still had the balls to come back and do videos and keep those comments and that dislike to like ratio on. She didn't care. So I give her props for that, because I'll tell you right now, emotionally, I would not be able to handle that. Even if I knew it was self-inflicted, like I had caused that because of something horrible that I had done or was continuing to do or what have you, I don't know if I would have the balls, that she has to keep coming back with videos, like every day or several days a week, and withstand all that hate. So anyway, now I want to talk about Charlene Dorlean's recent video that she did regarding, all the Hayder drama with gaining ground or whatever. I'm actually going to switch positions here. Hold on a second. All right, my back is just starting to bother me. That's what happens when you get old. But anyway, but the recent video that she did, I thought that video was just absolutely despicable. It was full of just smugness, pettiness, butthurt feelings, hypocrisy, zero accountability, zero self responsibility. And it really exposed who she really is. Obviously, that community post she did about the gaining ground, that really exposed who she really is. But the video that she just did just really kind of put the icing on the cake, kind of put the nail in the coffin, like, all right, it's confirmed. She's a bitter, bitter, angry woman. And she is. Or in her own words, she's a bitter, bitter pig. And it really just showed that her motives and intentions for starting a YouTube channel was wrong from the very beginning. This is one thing that people say that I always disagree with. They say, oh, money and fame changes people. And I disagree. Money and fame or recognition, even, the little bit of internet fame that she had, it exposes who people really are. That's what it does. It doesn't change people, because I know plenty of people that have become incredibly successful, obviously, because I've worked with a lot of wealthy people throughout my career, because personal training's, it's not cheap. It's expensive. So I work with a lot of wealthy people that most of them, have built their empire, built their wealth through hard work and dedication and good choices. Not to say that they haven't failed a few times, but they picked themselves back up and kept working towards what their goals were, that are really amazing, kind, generous, humble, meek people. And so money, it doesn't change who you are. And fame or recognition doesn't change who you are. It exposes who you are and who you've always been. And she said it in her own words. She said when her channel grew, she was finally felt comfortable in expressing herself the way she wanted to, which was in a very spiteful, bitter, hateful way. Now, one thing I will say in her defense, a lot of people have said that Charlie Gold's videos or her reactions were the meanest of all of them and the most hateful of all of them. And that's not true. Michael B. Petty definitely takes the cake for that one. But this is the thing. This is the reason he got away with it. Number one, he never came across as a weight loss channel. Number two, he was hilarious when he did it and very entertaining. His personality is what drew people in, is what gave him the growth that he had with his channel. I'm not giving him a pass. But what I'm saying is that that's why he never really got as attacked as she did for being hateful, because he did it in such a funny and entertaining way. Because she is so dull, because she has nothing to offer, because she's not witty, she's not, she doesn't have that funny kind of cattiness that he had. She didn't get away with it as much as he did. But I watched the video the other day from a channel called That Drunk Girl on the Treadmill, and she did a series of videos of Michael B. Petty's greatest hits or greatest moments. And I mean, I have to say, I was busting out loud laughing watching, because he was absolutely hilarious and very creative, in the way that he did his videos about Amberlyn. So a lot of times you didn't really even go because of Amberlyn. You went because his channel, because he was funny and entertaining to watch. The same with Shannon. Shannon never tried to come across as, I'm this person of integrity and I take a higher ground. She's like, no, I'm a mean bitch. I'm going to say shit. I'm a foul mouth bitch. I don't care. This is what I think. Amber's a fat pig. She's a liar. She's this, she's that. And I don't give a fuck. And that was, again, people loved that about her. That she was who she was from the very beginning. She never tried to come across as meek or articulate or well-spoken or, you know, I'm going to inspire people. She never came across that way. Never. And I think, you know, for reaction channels that first came about that did kind of have that meanness, if they never started off with an attitude where, oh, I want to inspire people or whatever, people just gave them a pass. With Charlie Gold, it was different. It didn't take very long, I think, for people to start catching on. Or at least for a good amount of people to start catching on that she's not in it for the right reasons. When the whole debacle happened with Shannon, and I already spoke about this in my video, it's titled Celebrating Drama, Mediocrity, and Zero Weight Loss, where I talk, you know, about that whole situation with her and Shannon. But, you know, at that time, you know, when Shannon came out with her video, and she was the only one that had the balls to come out and speak against Charlene Dorlean. She was the only one to come out and say, look, this bitch is doing nothing but boring reactions and adding nothing to the table. What is the big deal? And by that time, I had started to see that, you know, because at first when I saw that she was doing some Amberlyn videos, I thought, oh, well, you know, she wants to talk about Amberlyn because she can relate, blah, blah, blah. Some of the videos were cute and funny. But after a few videos, I was like, okay, this woman has absolutely no intention of losing weight, and she has no intention in documenting her journey. Her only intention or what's the word I'm looking for? Motive. Her only motive was to try to draw in as many views and as many subscribers as possible. And that was incredibly lazy and incredibly hypocritical. And Shannon said something in her last video, and she was on point with this comment. Well, everything, but with this particular comment, she said, people in the fitness industry feel duped by her. And that is exactly how I feel. I felt duped. I really thought she was going to be an incredible inspiration to so many people. I really thought she was going to be able to reach a demographic that maybe, you know, other fitness channels or weight loss channels can't reach or whatever. It's not like she was the first one to be doing what she was doing. I mean, there were a ton of other weight loss channels, successful ones that were, you know, documenting their journey and being successful. She wasn't the first one. But if I was Obese to Beast, if I was Alan Roberts, I would feel duped too, because they gave her a shout out. They gave her that recognition for her to kind of give her that push to have an amazing channel and make an amazing impact. And she shit all over it. She shit all over it. And what a shame. What a waste. Because I'll tell you something right now. I would give anything to get a shout out from a channel that has 500,000 subscribers. And if I wasn't providing amazing content and the type of content that this person kind of held me up in such high esteem for, I would feel a tremendous amount of guilt. You know, like this person, you know, gave me this recognition and sent a lot of people to my channel because, you know, this is something that I represent or that I want to be an example, what have you. And I would feel guilty if I was not meeting up to those expectations. And honestly, I wouldn't even want that shout out right now because my videos are so sporadic. My health is so unstable. I could never, at this point in my life, I cannot commit to a regular filming schedule. So I would actually feel guilty if I did get a big channel, give me a shout out. Because I'd be like, you know, I can't really, you know, provide the content on a regular basis that people came here for. But she was, but she shit on it. She shit all over that opportunity, and she did it shamelessly. She did it like with such a smug attitude. And that video that she said about, well, I'm gonna film what I want, and I'm gonna, you know, do videos. Well, it's my channel, blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. You know, yeah, it is your channel. You can film and do whatever you want, but just admit that you have no desire to inspire people with a weight loss journey. Just admit it. Just say, I don't give a fuck about losing weight. I love being fat, And you know, I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep doing reactions because it's what's brings the most money, and that's it. That's fine. That's fine. But don't say one thing, you know, I'm going to do a challenge with Amberlyn in January, and if she don't accept, I'm going to do weigh-ins, and then not do one fucking weigh-in, and then get all pissed off when people are like, "Oh, where's the weigh-in? Where's the weight loss journey?" Well, I'm going to say what I want on my channel. No, fuck that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that without expecting a tremendous amount of criticism. But you know what, Charlene? I'm also Charlene, and I'm going to address you as Charlene. You wasted an amazing opportunity, and now that opportunity is gone. Everything that you wanted your channel to be, that you hoped that your channel would be, is gone. Let it go. Kiss it goodbye, because it's over. You screwed it up. You fucked up big time. Big time. And not because of the gaining ground, not because of what you said about Ilana, you know, not even because of the debacle with Shannon. It's because you did not hold up to what you told your audience you were going to do. You did not provide that content that was going to inspire and motivate people like you said you would. You did not honor the recognition that John and Alan Roberts had given you. You shit all over it. And so it's gone. Find a real job now, because I seriously doubt you're going to be able to make a normal income on YouTube. Get rid of that smug attitude. That video that you did, and I didn't watch it. I just watched Citrine Dreams recap of it, because there's no way I could sit there for 57 minutes and listen to you bullshit and talk about dumb stuff that doesn't matter. But I forget what point I was going to make. I do this all the time. It's so frustrating. Oh, but that video could have been 5 minutes long and so much more impactful. What you could have said, if you wanted to save your channel, if you wanted to get that respect back from people, you could have sat there and said, you know what, guys, I'm not going to talk about gaining ground. I'm pissed. I'm not going to lie. I'm pissed about it. I don't like him. You know, I think he's a dumb bitch, whatever. I don't like him. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done with the drama. This channel has not become anything of what I wanted it to be. I apologize to those of you that were looking to me for inspiration. I'm sorry to Alan and John that you gave me recognition. You gave me an incredible opportunity that I shit all over. I'm sorry. And from here on out, I really do want to make a difference. I really do want to document my progress, not just for, you know, internet fame or clout, but for me, so I can live a better life in a stronger, healthy body. And that's what my channel is going to be from here on out. And that's it. If you would have said that and only that in 2 minutes, your subscribers would have come back. Your comment section would have been so much different, but you fucked it up royally. And I made this comment on your video, and I'm going to say it in my video. I know it infuriates you right now that Shannon is vindicated and that she's getting a tremendous amount of support, and now you are the one being dragged. I think it's hilarious, and I know it infuriates you. And if you try to say that you're not bothered by it, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a shameless liar if you're going to sit there and say that your arch nemesis, Shannon, is now getting a tremendous amount of support, and people are apologizing to her. People are saying, Shannon, you were right all along. We should have never called you a racist. We should have. I know it infuriates you, and I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. But you know what's really sad is that it should humble you. It should give you the opportunity to step back and, you know, reflect and be like, you know what? Look what I've created. Look what I've created. I've created exactly what I criticized Amberlyn for. I have created that because of greed, because of the desire to get clout and praise and all this bullshit, you know. But Charlene, I really hope that you do take this opportunity to step back and focus on your own health. Because what happened to Amber can happen to you. You can also get diagnosed with some type of devastating cancer and or any other myriad of different illnesses, diseases that are associated with obesity. Just, take the time, check out that chick's channel, Beatrice Caruso. I'm going to put a link in the description below. Charlene, go to her channel, watch her videos, see what a true weight loss channel is about. See what it is like to truly inspire somebody with your results. That's what you should do. Look at other weight loss channels that are successful, that maybe they don't have hundreds of subscribers or what have you, but look up type in weight loss in YouTube and find people that have amazing channels. That it's had nothing to do with anybody else. They don't give a shit what anybody else is doing, because that's one piece of advice I used to always give my clients, when especially clients that I had that really were coming from a very, very beginner standpoint. They had a lot of weight to lose. They had a lot of strength to build. They had a lot of imbalances, a lot of illnesses or what have you they had to overcome. They would often look around at the people, at other people in the gym and compare themselves to the other people in the gym. I always say, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. This is about you. This is about you getting better. It's not about what they're doing or what they're not doing, that they're better than you, that they're worse. Who cares? This is about you. What they do with their body does not affect you directly. And you had made a comment in one of your videos when somebody, when people were calling you out about the Amberlyn challenge, because you never weighed in, you never donated to the charity, whatever. And you made a comment, you said, she never accepted the challenge. What am I going to do? Compete with myself? Yes. Yes. You compete with yourself. This is about you. This is about you seeing results. This is about you having a great existence. This is about you having a great quality of life. Yes, you compete with yourself then. You compete with yourself today, what you'll be a week from now, 3 weeks from now. You compete with where you're at today. Yes, you compete with yourself. You don't care about anybody else. You don't care about what they're doing. Unless, I get it. If it's a friendly challenge, like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym with my girlfriend. We're going to see who can walk on the treadmill the longest and push each other and encourage each other. In that sense, sure. If it's a friendly competition where we'll help you to motivate each other, sure, But you did this competition because you wanted to show how much better you were than Amberlyn. That's the only reason why. And I want to say one last thing, and I want to talk about Callie. And just how much I feel Charlene has completely exploited her. Callie is someone that has a special place in my heart. She does. I have a soft spot for her. Now, lately, I haven't been following her because I don't agree with her support of Charlene. I don't agree with her accusing Thug Life or Citrine Dream of being racist. I don't agree with any of that. There's even a lot of worldviews, political views I don't agree with on her, but that's fine. I can, that's true with Shannon too. Doesn't mean I don't love her to pieces and I don't think she's amazing, because I do. But Callie, when I started following more the Amberlyn community, what have you, and I was a very strong supporter of Callie. I absolutely loved her. I adored her. And we would even DM each other through Instagram often, just, opening up about certain things or what have you. And just being vulnerable with each other, like a friend. Well, I had done a video, and again, it's been at least a year. I had done a video about feeling very depressed and discouraged because I was feeling very sick. And just talking about how I am very resentful about my life. I'm very resentful that I have to deal with this illness. And so she sent me a message shortly after I did that video, like a day or two after. And she said, hey, you know, I saw your video and I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing okay. You know, I'm sorry that you are going through this. And I don't remember word for word, but it was a very kind, very genuine video. And she wasn't communicating with me because I was a big channel or because she had anything to gain from it, or she did it because she sincerely and truly cared. And she truly felt compassion for me. And that's the type of person Callie is. And that's why she's been going so hard for Charlene, because she is a true friend. I do believe that emotionally, she can be unstable. I do believe that she needs to protect herself from narcissistic people like Charlie. There is a great channel called Live Abuse Free. And she does a lot of videos and she talks about narcissists. And she talks about how narcissists use people like Callie to do their dirty work, to do their bidding. And one thing I'll say about Callie is that if she cares about you, she cares about you. She's a true friend. And of all the people with this whole, you know, debacle going on with Charlene and all these people turning against her, Michael B. Petty hasn't had the balls to speak up for her. DC Media Girl hasn't had the balls. Cherry Berry. Who else? I don't know. Just all the, you know, different minions that would, you know, kiss her ass or whatever. They haven't had. Where's Michael B. Petty at? Where's he at? He didn't hesitate to do a video calling Shannon a racist, calling her dumb, calling her whatever, insulting her. He didn't hesitate to do that when all that drama came out. But now that Charlie's getting attacked and it's not popular anymore to defend her, he is nowhere to be found. But Callie is still backing her up. But I think it's disgusting that Charlene uses that for her advantage, even though it negatively, negatively impacts Callie emotionally. Clearly, it causes her additional stress that she does not need to be dealing with. If I was Charlene and I was in the situation and I had a friend like Callie, I would say, hey, you know what? I can see that it's causing you a lot of stress. And a lot of people are attacking you for defending me. Please don't feel like you need to do it, because you don't. I can see how this is affecting you negatively, how this is affecting your mental health negatively. Please just don't worry about it. Let's just step back, you know. That's what I would do. And that's what a true friend would do. But Charlene doesn't care. She's so fucking selfish. She doesn't care. But I do have a soft spot for Callie. Again, I don't agree with the support that she's had for Charlie lately. A lot of things that she said, I don't agree with. But I do think she is a sincere person. You know, when she cares about someone, she cares about them, and she will fight for that person. You know. And I don't know. There's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. I don't know. I do this all the time. But anyway, those are my thoughts. You know, I'm glad that Shannon is vindicated. And Shannon, I know that you don't care. I know for you, it's not about being vindicated. I know that. But I am glad for you. I am glad that people are finally starting to see, you know, who Charlie really is. As I said in that video, celebrating mediocre drama, mediocrity, and zero weight loss. As I said in that video, the way that Charlie handled that whole situation with Shannon months ago was a very cowardly way to do it. And as much as I do appreciate that there's other people coming out and speaking out against this, you know, I hope it's not something that becomes, oh, it's trendy now. It's trendy now. So I'm going to speak out against it. I'm going to do a video again about it. You know, I'm gonna be all badass, you know, talking about it, you know, calling Charlie Gold out or whatever. I hope it doesn't start that type of trend, because now people feel more empowered and they know they won't get attacked for doing it. Shannon did it at a time where she knew she was going to be dragged. And she didn't care. She didn't care. And she did get dragged, and she got dragged hard. And when Callie had done a video on what had happened, and I went into the comments and I said, look, I didn't agree with Shannon's comments about making fun of her makeup or whatever, because I didn't think that was relevant. The real issue, the important issue, is that, you know, she's not losing weight. She's not doing that type of content like she says was going to be her channel. And I would go on those comment sections and defend Shannon. But I would say, but I didn't agree with her comments because I just didn't think it was necessary. And people would say, oh, I see, this one girl said, oh, I see you in Shannon's videos licking her asshole all the time. I see you kissing her ass. You know, so people, I would get attacked. I would get attacked for defending Shannon. But, you know, whatever. I don't care. I mean, I don't know these people. But, you know, she was right. She was right. And so, anyway, guys, again, with the Amberlyn diagnosis, and I'm going to say it. I hope she's not lying to get attention. I really do. I really do. It has crossed my mind, and you cannot tell me that other people haven't thought that too. You cannot tell me that other people haven't thought, I hope she's not lying to get attention and sympathy. In one sense, if she was lying, it would be a good thing because it means she doesn't have cancer and, you know, she has a chance to live a long life if that's what she wants. You know, but I really, really hope that that's not what she's doing to gain sympathy, or that she's not exaggerating something that is very serious and very traumatic. You know, I really hope that's not the case. Obviously, I'm assuming that is the case, but I'm not going to lie. It has crossed my mind. I hope she's not making it up, you know, to get the haters off of her back or, you know, whatever, you know, but, I don't know. I hope she overcomes it, but sorry. My dog, they like to play with these like plastic, Gatorade bottles and stuff. It makes a lot of noise, but all right, guys. Well, thanks for for listening, you know, to my, insight on this whole thing. I know I don't speak sharply like I used to. I don't know. It's just, you know, with a lot of the health challenges I deal with, it fucks up my head. It's really frustrating because I get stuck on words, and I can't speak as fluidly as I used to. So I apologize, and thank you for bearing with me with that. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, you know, in the comment section. What's your take on this? But okay, so remember, take care of yourself, protect yourself physically and emotionally, and don't forget, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it. Bye-bye.